Okay, I'm live now. Actually, it's kind of late. It's like 8 o'clock, but it's Friday, so it's not really late for a Friday. Anyhow, just let me take a quick picture. A lot has happened today. I just want to post this picture on my Instagram. And I'm going to share it. You can find me on Instagram on Monique Massiah, so MoniqueMassiah. Swalla-la-la. I'm listening to Swalla by, I think it's Jason Derulo. And like, who else sings it? It's on my Spotify, and I've got to make a new workout list. Yeah, it's like Jason Derulo and Nicki Minaj. And Swalla. Anyhow, so I've got to make a new playlist of some of the songs that I want to listen to just to do my workout, because I got to get on the treadmill again. Whoa. I'm also supposed to get my hair done in cornrow braids, actually. As you can see, it's all froed out right now. So I'm supposed to get it done in cornrow braids. Well, it's not really froed right now, but it's just like, you know. Anyhow, so I'm supposed to get it done in cornrow braids, so that's going to be really cool. Okay, let me press OK. So there's a couple things to do with photography that I wanted to talk to you about. The first is actually this. I don't know if I've talked about it before. This is a teleconverter. And this specific one is created by Tamron for Nikon cameras. And as you can see on it, it tells you that it's a teleconverter. And I think it's like 1.4. Yeah, 1.4 times, so magnification. So I'm going to show you how to put it on the camera and how it works or what it does. So that's what it is. I'm listening to that Fade song by Kanye West. Anyhow, I've decided that I'm no longer going to put copies of my live stream on YouTube, just because I've run into a little bit of copyright information, like problems and everything. So I think that I'm just going to be putting some of the iMovie tutorials and like what's happening in my regular day, those kinds of broadcasts, or like when I actually go out places and all that. Hi, new people who are watching. I don't know. I think it's like Fallen Angel. XX Fallen Angel. Thank you for becoming a fan, and thank you for inviting people to watch. But like I was saying, I'm not going to put any of those on YouTube anymore. I think I'm just going to put the tutorials on YouTube, or like little vlogs of when I'm traveling to another place to take pictures. So if you weren't watching before, I was talking about the teleconverter. I'm going to show you how to use it in this broadcast and on what to use it. This one's made for Nikon cameras and lenses. So I'm going to show you how to use that. But I'm also going to show you this Nikon camera that we were talking about before, and the D2X that we were talking about before as well. And they still have not sent that GorillaPod. I don't know, something's happening with Amazon.com, but I haven't got it yet, which is really kind of crazy for me. Anyhow, I also want to talk about this crazy breakout that I'm having, like right there. You can't really see it in this light, but I can feel it. Anyhow, so I've decided I'm not going to use any more Merle Norman moisturizers and stuff that they gave me, because they were really nice and everything. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. Like, I mean, the people at the store, the salon. And sorry, I love this part of the song. I just got to put the music up really loud. I'm sorry if you weren't expecting that. Anyhow, so yeah, I think that maybe they're just too oily for me. And that's what it's doing to my skin. My skin is like naturally oily as it is. And then you put on this moisturizer that's like, even though it says it's oil free, it's not. It's like a little bit oily, and that is too much. So I'm using this Nivea product. So I'll go over it in a little while, but it's like what is it? An exfoliating scrub, and then there's like a toner that goes with it too. So I'm going to be using those for like 2 weeks just to see if it makes any difference. I'm sorry, I'm playing Cher music and stuff, and I think this is my favorite Cher song, and it's just because, you know, she's like 71 years old, and it was her birthday a couple days ago, and I was just like, wow, did you notice that Cher looks exactly the same as she did in like the 1990s? The 1990s. Wasn't that like 25, almost 30 years ago? Anyhow, so I don't think it's plastic surgery. I think she just has really good genes too, but it might be plastic surgery too. She's 71. She's like great grandmother age. Anyhow, so I want to talk about that for photography. And about the next YouTube video that I'm going to do, which is going to be really cool. It's going to be a visual effect. At first I wanted to do like one of those little kind of how-to things, but I think I want to do a video on how to, I'm going to get I don't want to give it all away, but I'm going to show you how to do shooting flames effect in iMovie. It's going to be fun. I think that I'm going to try to do, you know, like dragon breath, kind of like dragons breathe fire. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it with like a woman, like a mother scolding their child with dragon breath mother kind of thing. It'll be fun. It'll be weird, that's for sure. Anyhow, you can go to my Instagram page if you want. I want to try to like grow my Instagram a little bit more, or you could try going to my Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat every now and then. Kind of bad because I don't really know how to use Snapchat too well. I mean, I know how to post things and take pictures and do clips and all that, but I don't know, maybe in my mind I don't see the purpose. But anyhow, there's my Instagram. So it's Monique Massiah, like the Messiah, like Massiah, not like, you know, the other one, the big guy. But anyhow, so I take a picture every day, and I just show where I go. It's going to be the car show soon. I'm really excited for that. And then also it's going to be Stampede in a couple of weeks. And my sister is going to come from England, so I'm really excited for that. And I know she watches this broadcast sometimes, so I don't want to actually say anything too much about her because I'm going to get her a present. I don't know. I thought about getting Alexa, you know, the personal assistant, but I don't know if they can use that in England. So I want to get her something Canadian, but it's weird. She's like Canadian living in England, so can't get her something too Canadian. You know what I mean? So check out my Instagram, and I'm going to go to my YouTube so you can see, because I really want to grow my YouTube channel. If you are a YouTuber, please subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh. It just automatically started playing the ad for, what's that movie? I really want to see it actually. Baywatch? Is it like the new Baywatch? Where they've got Zac Efron and The Rock, and I don't know any of the girls because I don't really look at the girls. But yeah, so I want to see that movie. That's going to be really fun. Just went to something else. I wanted to go to my page. Oh, there. See, they're showing like the ad for Baywatch. That's The Rock carrying somebody, saving them. Go back to my page. So, oops. That's my name, Monique Massiah. And that's my YouTube channel. So watch for fire breathing video. That'll be fun, actually. Anyhow, so like I said, I was going to go over that photography tip first. And I'm going to show you on the D2X camera first. So this is the D2X. I'm going to take the lens off first. I'm just going to put it down for a second. That's what the D2X camera looks like. Turn it around. That's what the back looks like. And you don't really need to see the inside, but there's contact points up there as well. And so what you do, I'm just going to, well, this has no pop-up flash on a D2X. So what we're going to do is put the teleconverter on. And I'm going to take the caps off of the front and the back, but I'm going to do the back first, obviously. But the back is going to attach on the front of here, and then we're going to put the lens in front of here. Basically what this object does is it takes a long lens like the 80 to 200 lens that I've got here, and it magnifies it by 1.4 times. So it kind of makes it almost like a 300 lens, but just with this magnification on it, which is really cool. Because can you imagine if you had like a 500 lens? Like, I don't even know how much that would cost. Maybe it would cost like $3,000. But if you had like a, 80 to 500, like one of those huge football lenses, and if you put this on it, it'd be like amazing. You'd be able to see a tiger charging across the savannah, Anyhow, so let's just take the back off. That's what the back looks like. It actually looks like the contact points that you would find on a long lens. This is the back of a long lens. So it looks almost exactly the same. So you put it on exactly the same as you put a lens. You line up the dot with the dot that's on the camera. Oops. And then you twist it until it locks on. So that's what the teleconverter looks like on the camera right now. Oh my gosh, my Drake is over. The Hotline Bling song. Ooh, let's listen to Control. I actually like that song a lot. Okay, sorry. I was changing the song there. But, so that's what it looks like. Now, I'm just going to take the front off so you can see what the front looks like. Okay. Those are the contact points at the top. It looks like a mini little lens. And you do the same thing. You line up the dot with the contact points on here. I'm not going to try to show you too closely because it is a little tricky to get it on. But that's it. It's on now. That's what it looks like. And so if you're going to take a picture, I normally would have a lens hood up here, but you're going to take a picture. You can hear it actually kind of, the motor zooming in. To me, it looks really dark, actually, and I think it's just because, you're putting extra glass in that wasn't there before. I would only use this, actually, if it was like a football game or something outside. I wouldn't use it in hockey, just because you don't really need to. I'm looking at myself, zooming in on myself, which is really kind of funny. But anyhow, yeah. That is how a teleconverter works. Okay? So, in the future, this one was really cheap. I think it was like $250. But in the future, if I want to use another teleconverter, I think that I would get one that was like a 1.8. And I'd get it to be like 2 times, not 1.4 times or something like that. Anyhow, I can take it off. Oh, hi new people. Hi Brady. I was actually showing you how to use a teleconverter, how to put it on the camera. This is a D2X camera, a Nikon camera, and This is the teleconverter that I just put on the lens. So actually I'll show you again because it is kind of cool. I'll just show you how to actually put it on the camera. I'll show you what it looks like with the caps on and everything first. It's kind of tricky to put it on because this type of camera uses like it's called a bayonet mount. So you don't just like, the lens doesn't come on the camera, right? It's like an SLR, so you have to click it in. But this is what it looks like. And what you do is, if you don't want to buy like one of those super huge 500 or 400 millimeter lenses, like, you know, the big ones that you see on the sidelines at football games, or like people who are doing nature photography, like they want to take a picture of a lion, but they don't want to get close to the lion. They want to be across, you know, 2 football fields away from the lion. I knew people who were watching. Hi, Parker. Anyhow, so this is what you use if you don't want to buy one of those huge lenses. Say you have a lens like this. It's an 80-200 lens. It doesn't have a cap on the front, like it doesn't have a lens hood on the front right now because I'm just inside. I don't really need it. But you'd attach this and it would magnify the lens by 1.4. Yeah. What I mean is like the big one that you see at a football game that's like your arm's length and you're like, wow, you don't really have to zoom in on anything. You can just see it all. Anyhow, so that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like on the front. So what you do, that's what it looks like at the back. And you can see on here, these are the contact points that line up inside of the camera, those little dots. And you have to like clean them every now and then because they'll get grease on it and then it won't work for some reason. So I just use a microfiber cloth on it. But anyhow, you take the camera and see there's a little white dot on that. You line up the white dot with the red dot that's on here. And it clicks. Okay? That's what it looks like. So I'm just going to put it over my shoulder so I don't drop it by accident. But you take the front cap off now. And then you take our big long lens. And you line up the dot that's on that one with the red dot and click. Turn it in and click. So now you've got a teleconverter on. That's what it looks like. Ooh. And then you take a picture like this. When you take a picture like this, it's called a landscape picture. And when you turn it like that, it becomes a portrait. Right? So I'm not going to take any pictures with this right now. You could hear it. It was zooming. And the reason why I'm not taking pictures is because I'm in a studio. And basically, if I zoomed in on something on the wall, it would be like, for example, if there's someone sitting all the way across the room from me and that's like 10 feet away, I'd zoom in on them and it'd be like I'm zooming in on the pore on their face, right? This is for something far away. I use this to take pictures of football games so I could see something that's 40 yards away, right? Hi, new people who are watching. Hi, Nash. Anyhow, that's what I wanted to show you, how to use the teleconverter, how to put it on a camera. An SLR camera, and what it's used for. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it off for now. And I'm going to go grab the regular camera. I'm just going to move this stuff, kind of clean up a little so I have a little bit more space. If you're a YouTuber, please follow my YouTube channel. Like I was saying, my name is the same as on my YouNow. And I'll put actually the link to my YouTube channel in the chat. Surely. Straight up to my face. Just trying to sign into it. I was saying earlier when I started the broadcast that I'm not going to be putting links to my YouNow broadcast on my YouTube channel anymore. I guess people are watching it there, but I don't want to be doing that too much anymore. I think I just want to do like little how-to videos on it. Maybe this one today I'll put on, but I think the easiest way also to chat with me is either on YouNow or on Twitter. I'm always on my Twitter account too, so if you just tweet something at me or follow me on Twitter, then I will follow you back. I don't mind. But anyhow, that in the chat is the link to my YouTube channel, so please sub to my YouTube channel. That would be really awesome. Thank you for whoever it was that gave me the like. The like button is right there. Right there. I have to do my nails again. This is from like 1 week. 1 week. And that's how much typing I must have done or writing I must have done. And it just ruined them. So, if you haven't seen this channel before, which I don't really recognize a lot of people in the chat, so I will talk about this camera. This is the camera that I was using today to take a bunch of pictures. I took so many pictures in the last 3 days. I took some pictures today. I saw the funniest thing today, actually. It was so awesome. Okay, so this community was having like their community time capsule opened. And so it was really neat. It was like seeing stuff from 1992 today. And like some of the people who are adults now were kids at this school. So it was just like at the time. So I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. But anyhow, it was like, I think 80s day at the school too. And so I'm taking a picture and this kid sits down right next to me and this other girl. And I didn't notice him at first. And I look over and I was like, oh, he's wearing like a baseball. You know, those old kind of, what are they, like New York? Is it New York Giants? Kind of, I don't think it's New York Giants. What are they? Is it, oh my God, I can't believe I don't know. Yankees jersey. So he's wearing one of those. And I notice his hair is braided. And this is like a, you know, like a little Caucasian boy. Probably like 6 or 7 years old. And he goes, hey. And I was like, hi, how's it going? And he's like, I'm good. How are you? And I'm like, okay. We're starting to have a conversation. And the girl's smiling at me. And it was so cute. This kid, he's like, it's 80s day today. And I'm dressed up as Criss Cross. I was like, what? And I didn't notice until then that somebody, which I think is his parents, I thought, your parents are amazing. I was honestly thinking, kid, your parents are the most amazing people I've ever met. They braided his hair like Criss Cross, like meticulously braiding their hair and putting little beads and elastics and everything on his hair, like short hair too. And then put him into like the clothes that Criss Cross would have worn and backwards jeans and everything, sneakers. He looked like Criss Cross. And I was just amazed. I thought, you were in Canada, 1. So there was no Criss Cross in Canada. I watched that when I was a kid, 2. So you weren't even born when those singers came out, you know, when the Jump Jump song came out. He wasn't even born. So his parents must have been really into that music when they were kids too. Because I was just like, wow, how do you know who Criss Cross is? You know, it was amazing. That made my day. That made my day. Honestly, I laughed so hard. It was a great costume, you know. I thought, what would you wear for Halloween if you're doing this just for 80s Day? I remember at Halloween there was somebody in the small town that it was a kid. I think he won the Halloween contest. He was like, what is it? It's not the head, is it? Yeah, I think it is the Headless Horseman. He was the Headless Horseman or something like that. And he was wearing this outfit and holding his head like in the outfit. So the outfit was built around his body and he was like this. And it looked like his outfit was holding his head and he was headless. It was amazing. I thought, these kids are so creative. But yeah, that made my entire day today when I was taking pictures. What pictures did I take today? Today I tried to do a video with the dash camera. So I haven't looked at it yet. I tried to do a video while I was driving with the dash camera and it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'm going to play it right now. Oh wow, you can, oh, it's mostly just clouds. I must not have had it too, you know, low enough. Yeah, it takes audio too, which is cool. But that was me driving, and I'm going like 100 kilometers an hour. So I started videotaping with the camera on the dashboard, it looks like it's going so slowly, but we are going really fast. But the reason why I did was because I was driving the speed limit. Which is 110 kilometers an hour. And I was like, I'm not speeding or doing anything bad today. I'm all good. It's Friday. And I know for a fact that people are crazy on Friday. They want to get home and they want to go for their weekend party or whatever. I was so shocked. So first there was only like 2 cars that were like driving the speed limit like me. Everybody else was blowing past us. I was like, holy crap. Some people were going so fast by us. And I thought, where are the cops? You know, when you want the cops to be there so you can be like, yes, I was being good. And you know, when they catch someone who is being particularly bad, you're like, yes. At least I'm like, yes, you caught the bad guy. Anyhow, I was really shocked. I thought, all these people, like, what is lighting a fire under these people that's making them go, 140 kilometers an hour? It was crazy. But yeah, so that was my first attempt to do video in the cam on like the dashboard. And maybe I just need to like speed it up so it looks like a faster video, but it's all like flat plane in that area. That's what it looks like, I guess, a little faster. So I need to just reposition it a little bit better. So I tried it, but it didn't work out too well. Anyhow, I took a whole bunch of pictures at that time capsule unveiling, which was really nice. And they had a copy of our newspaper from like 25 years ago. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, I knew that our newspaper was like over 100 years old. I think it's like 117 years old this year or something like that, or 118 years. So I was just like, I knew that they had old copies and stuff, but it was so shocking to see the print job and the colors. Like purple was a thing back then. Anyhow, so that was really neat. And then I went to a sports day and I took some, like, what I mean by sports day is like track and field meet. I went and took pictures there, so that was cool, of like taking pictures of high jump and like the 800 meter race and like stuff like that. So that was neat. And I posted a bunch of pictures actually on our work site, on our work Twitter, and I will repost it tonight after this broadcast on my personal Twitter so you can see the pictures, because the pictures were actually really fun to take. And I might actually post some of the other ones. I don't want to give too much away when I do those pictures on Twitter. I just want people to see that this is an event that's happening and you still have time to go watch it. That's why I post it there, so that people can see, hey, you know, this is what's happening in your backyard, you know. And then the day before that, I took pictures of the Stampede royalty, like the Calgary Stampede princesses and the Queen and the Indian princess. And the Indian princess is from our area, so I was just like, yay! And it was so cute to see all the kids in the area who were just like so pleased to meet her, and she danced and everything, and I just loved her fancy dress. It was just like so beautiful. Anyhow, yeah. So that's all going to be in the paper next week, and I will retweet that so you can see. Because I think a lot of people don't really know what we have in this area. They think, oh, Canada's a really nice country, but they don't understand that, you know, on one coast it's warm and sunny and there's mountains, and then in the middle there's prairie and plateau, and then more mountains, and then there's just lots of other things to see, big lakes and all this really awesome stuff. And that's what's happening this year. This year the government is doing a whole bunch of free stuff to get people out into wilderness. So like they have a bus that takes you to the mountains for $10. $10. And you book it by yourself, and all the major national parks are free this year. You don't have to pay entrance to get into the park. So if you wanted to go to like a gondola visit of like Banff National Park and see the mountains up close and go up, you could take your whole family for $10 a ticket to get there. You don't have to park or anything. You just take the bus. and it drives you from a city to the next city to the mountains. You go do your tour thing, you get in for free, and then you just say pay for food. And I don't know how much it costs. I can't remember how much it costs to get on the gondola. I can't remember if it's free or not to like get up there. It's free to hike, but nobody's gonna hike the whole mountain. But yeah, it's beautiful. When you get on the gondola, it's like, I wish I had the pictures here. I think I put them on my Twitter page, but I'll look for them tonight and I'll repost them on my blogger profile. It's like a, you know, when you go up to like, I was going to say if you go heli skiing, but no, if you go skiing, it's kind of like the capsule that you sit in when you go skiing, but it's bigger and like it's windows all the way around. So you're sitting on benches that are facing each other, but if you turn around, you can see the entire landscape behind you. It's really beautiful. It's like a valley with mountains all around it, and you're going up a gondola. So you can see it all. And then there's like a chalet kind of building information center thing at the top. So it's really nice, actually. So if you have a chance to go to a national park, I would say go to Banff. And especially this year, because it's like the 150th anniversary of Canada as like a confederation. So like official documentation that says we're a separate country from Great Britain. So go enjoy them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just like this weird thing with like certain people in Canada, but if you got a lake, it's so beautiful. Like the water is so blue, it's green, it's like an Arctic lake. Anyhow, it's just really beautiful. And like you can go to Lake Louise. Lake Louise is like 30 minutes away, and I know there's a shuttle that goes from the city all the way up to Lake Louise and Banff. And if you can get to Banff for nearly free, and then you just take the shuttle up there, you can go cross-country skiing because there's still snow in the mountains right now, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know why more people don't take advantage of that. And it's not like it's just going to be for like one day or like 1 month or whatever. It's until September of this year. So it's just like, oh my gosh, let me change the channel. Let me change the song. I'm listening to Switch by Iggy Azalea. I'll never get sick of that song, really. I want to listen to Fade again, but maybe I should listen to something else. Bees in the Trap. No, let's listen to Chained to the Rhythm. That's Katy Perry. It's cute. It's a cool song. I like it. Anyhow, so I was like blurbing about Canada 150, which is really cool. And I have to actually look at my schedule again because I was on one of those committees that's planning for all the events that are happening. Like the year is halfway done. We've been planning since like, I want to say September of last year, maybe October of last year, and things are happening. So I've got to go and sign up for things to volunteer at and all of that because, you know, it's a nice thing to do. So I've just got to make sure I'm available on those days to volunteer. But yes, I will volunteer if they need somebody. Gosh, I really do need to do my nails. Maybe I'll just like take the nail polish off tonight because it's even worse on this hand than it is on that. And that's just from typing and like picking up stuff and flicking stuff and everything. And that's only like a week of nail polish. So I don't know, maybe I'll wear something bright. Like I'll do white nail polish this week or something. I saw it in a Sierra video. It was like the I'm Out song by Sierra with like Nicki Minaj. I'll see if I can find that too. Because I love that song. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to put the link in here. I'm not actually going to play it because it's like really loud. I like her clothes in the video too. So that's the link for I'm Out by Sierra. Oh, it's been 34 minutes already. I'm still talking. And I still haven't talked about the skin thing. Oh, so I said I would actually talk about the parts of this camera. So, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, there's a whole bunch of spots on my filter today because it rained. And even though I cleaned it off, I must not have done it too well. But I'm going to take everything apart to show you all the pieces of like the lens and the camera and everything like that I have on right now. So this is the camera. It's actually turned on right now, so you can see at the back that it's open. If you look at the one in the middle, just turned off there. So it won't even let me take a picture. Unlike those ones, it'll let you take a picture without a lens, but it says no lens attached, so it won't even let me take a picture or lock up the mirror. Anyhow, so that's what the camera looks like. This is the lens that I have on it. It's a Sigma lens. And you can tell what type of lens it is and like the distance by looking at this. So the name is Sigma, and it's an 18 to 200 millimeter lens. And you can see that it's not just by that, but 18 to 250 actually. Okay? That's what it looks like at the back. Like I said, the contact points that line it up. And you can also see on the front, it tells you what type of lens it is. Sigma zoom lens, 18 to 250 millimeters. And then if you see, well, it says made in Japan, but these other numbers on it, there should be another set of numbers on it that tell you the distance of, or the circumference basically of the lens here, so that you can match up a lens hood with it. So I'm just going to put the hood on for a minute. And that's what the hood looks like. Okay. And the lens hood is on there to stop it from having like glare. So when you're taking a picture outside when it's sunny and stuff, you put a lens hood on so that, say like you have a reflection or flare of light, it reduces flares. So to put this lens on, all you have to do is, like I said, line up the dot. So there's a red dot there with the white dot that's on the side of the camera. And then you twist and click. And it's on. And now it'll let me take a picture. I was like, can you imagine taking a selfie with that? Huge camera. Anyhow, yeah. So that's how you take a picture with it, or that's how you put it together, I guess. So on the side of the lens, there's a couple different things. There's a little lever for optical stabilization. You can turn it on or off. It's on the side at the bottom. And then there's another one further up, and it says AF, and it says M. And AF is on right now because that's autofocus. So that's what allows me to press the shutter button and have it automatically focus on something. And you can hear the gear running around inside of it focusing on something, right? If I have it on M, it doesn't work. It's manual focus. So it'll just take a picture of whatever I focus on. So if it's not in focus and I try to take a picture, it's going to be blurry. So I'd have to actually zoom in, crank it with my own hand, and then take a picture. So I'm just going to put it back on autofocus. There's two kind of zoom kind of crank wheels. I'm just going to put it back on manual so you can see, and I'm going to take the hood off. And the first one is this one that's right here. And the second one is the big one that's right here. So if it's on manual, you can crank the little one like that, or you could crank the big one. And as you crank it, look, you can see how far away it is. So it's really easy to do this. Anyhow, so I wanted to show you that, and I wanted to show you how I actually have to clean this off, so maybe I'll use a microfiber cloth in a little while. But that is my UV filter that goes in front of the lens. It just protects my lens first from me banging on it or whatever, but it also protects the lens from the sun. It's a UV filter. And you can see it's a Hoya filter. It's a Hoya filter, and it says UVC, and it says 62 millimeters, and so that's the diameter right? Or the circumference, basically, of the lens, not the diameter. So how big the lens is around, right? So it's going to say on the camera, if you look closely, it says 62. It says like the not symbol, 0 with a line through it, and 62. So that's how you know the size of filter to pick for which lens. So I'm just going to line it up right now and then screw it back on. And hopefully no dust got between the filter and the lens. I don't think it did. This one's a little tricky for me to get back on, but it looks like it's working. I don't know, it's made in the Philippines, it says there. Nikon cameras are made in Japan. And I think Nikon just means number 2. It's not really Nikon, it's Nikon. Oh, it's a Madonna song. I don't really want to listen to that. I want to listen to Shaka Khan. I'm Every Woman. I love this song ever since I watched it in Bridget Jones's Diary, and it's the part of the movie where somebody tells her she's fat, and she gets pissed off with a guy who treated her badly, and she wants to quit her job. It's like her boss who treated her badly. He cheated on her with a skinny American lady, and she's British. And it was just like, oh, anyhow. She goes to the gym and she's decided she's got a thing out for women who hate men. And so she's going to transform her body and get a new job. And so they play this song by Shaka Khan, I'm Every Woman, while she's in the gym on the bike, like furiously riding her bike until she passes out or like trips over herself trying to get off the bike. It's so funny. And then that's the best part of the movie, I think, actually, Bridget Jones's Diary. Watch it tonight, actually, or go on YouTube and look it up. There's one part where he quits, and I think maybe this is why it's the best part of the movie, is because everybody wants to quit their job this way. So she tells her boss, she goes, I've been offered a job in television, and I have to start in 3 minutes. It's so funny. And so he's like, just wait a minute or whatever. And it's hilarious. She says, like, I'd love to have any job, or, I can't remember what the exact words are, but she basically tells him, I'd rather work cleaning Saddam Hussein's, what, than work for you again. And then it's just like, it's really funny. You should watch that movie. It's just so awesome. And I think maybe that's why, because it's like everybody is like, that's the average woman, and it's about a journalist, right? Those are the best stories. The ones that are stories about a journalist, like Devil Wears Prada, that one's about a journalist too who can't find a normal job, and so she takes a job at like a fashion magazine, and the editor of the fashion magazine is insane. So that's about a journalist too. So anyhow, there's the camera, and then you put the flash on. You slide it into the hot shoe, and then you lock it to keep it in place. And remember, you bounce the flash. You don't point it straight at people, because if you do, it's going to be like, they're going to be blinded, or it's going to look like totally baked, like blown out if you do it and they're like, say, like 10 feet in front of you. Anyhow, there's the camera. So today you've learned how to use a teleconverter. You've learned how the different parts of this camera and the off-camera flash. Ooh, I'm just going to move it actually. And you've learned the different parts of the D2X camera. I'm so excited. The D2X, the new one, is going to come soon. So I'm just like, yay! I'm running out of space on this computer. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I'm going to have to like get rid of my iTunes library and just completely use Spotify. I guess I don't really listen to old songs and stuff, but I like to have my like classical music too when I want to drink some coffee or tea and just sit down and read and be like, ooh, zen. I like to listen to classical music for that. So anyhow, yes, I wanted to show you I'm using this Nivea exfoliating scrub now because I think that the stuff that I got from Merle Norman is just too oily, even though it's like a less oily kind of moisturizer and stuff. So I don't use the scrub every day. I use it like every 2 days because I think it's too harsh on my skin. So I am using it, and that's what it looks like inside. It's got these little beads in it. Oops. No, I don't want to like squeeze too much out. Sounds weird. Anyhow, it smells really good, actually. I don't know. That's for normal skin. That's what it looks like inside. I don't know if you can see the beads there. Oh, it's playing Hotel California. Sorry, on my radio, it's playing Hotel California. Radio. On my computer. I can't believe it's on my radio. Let me change it to The Weeknd. Party Monster. I actually love that. I love the video. It took some getting used to his new hairstyle. I was getting used to his like, whew, and now it's like all sleek and everything. I was like, wow. Anyhow, so I'm using this exfoliating scrub, and I'm gonna do my face mask again tonight as well. My skin always feels so smooth after I use that face mask. It's like a lemony kind of clay face mask, and it feels so cool and everything. And I left it on a little bit longer the other night, and like it totally sucks your skin and everything, and I don't know, I just love it. Anyhow, so after you use the face scrub, you're supposed to use this refreshing toner. And I don't know, I like the smell of it. I don't know what the smell is. Or maybe they say it's not like supposed to have a smell. I don't know. It doesn't smell like alcohol-y or anything like that. It almost smells just like seawater or like, salt water. Let's see, what does it say? Nivea Refreshing Toner. Tones skins and tightens pores, removes residue, and invigorates the skin thanks to its refreshing formula. So it says after you clean your face with this, apply to face and neck with a cotton pad. Avoid direct contact with eyes. And then it says it in French, and then Nivea. And yeah. I use those little kind of cube kind of cloths on my face to use this. You don't have to soak it up or anything, but I've used it once before. As you can see, it's like it's not really used very much. It's like still brand new almost, but I really like it. And then the exfoliating scrub is with vitamin E, and it says on the back that it thoroughly exfoliates to remove dead skin cells, visibly refines the skin surface for an even complexion while respecting the skin's natural moisture balance, leaves skin looking healthy and beautiful. And it says you're supposed to use it 2 to 3 times a week on a wet face, avoiding the eye and lip area, and then you rinse it off with lukewarm water. And it's dermatologist tested. And it says it thoroughly exfoliates and refines pores, and it's got vitamin E in it. And I like it. I don't know. It doesn't like scrub your face. You know, like some of it would like, they have like little sand scrubs, and those ones are really harsh. This one's not gritty like that, so I like it. So I'm going to use that tonight. And after my shower, I didn't bring it, but I love using this. I have this big tin of Nivea cream, and if you use Nivea products, you know what I mean. Like I use the Nivea lip balm. Ever since I started using that, I have not exfoliated my lips in months. I just don't need to. Like I need to a little bit here today, but just by doing that 3 or 4 times, the skin will dislodge. But oh my god, ever since I started using the lip balm from Nivea, I'm sorry, this is not like a Nivea commercial or anything, but ever since I started using the lip balm for Nivea, my lips are so good. So good. Not really cracked at all without exfoliating. But anyhow, like I was saying, after my shower, I take those tins of Nivea. You can find them everywhere. And that literally is like the best skin cream. I don't care what anybody says. It's the best. It's kind of expensive. And you have to get used to the feeling of putting it on. I think they say, like, if you have a shower right after having your shower, you're supposed to, like, within 2 minutes, cream on or lotion. And it makes your skin really soft. I take, like, a little bit, like maybe this much, and lather it on. And if you use Nivea skin cream, you know what I mean. It sticks. Like, it's like a paste almost, like a soft paste. And you put it on, it's like a thick, thick cream. And I swear, like, go to sleep, and the next morning, your skin is so soft. Seriously soft. I remember somebody came up to me, and they were just like, I don't know, they, like, touched my arm, and they were like, your skin is so soft. And I was laughing at first, because I was like, what are you doing, you know? You're, like, petting my skin. It's because I'm using this skin cream that's just makes your skin seriously soft. I guess it traps a whole bunch of water in your skin, maybe, or something like that, because you're putting it on directly after the shower when you are, like, your skin is moist, right? I don't know. It's kind of a weird feeling to get used to because it's thicker than regular lotion, but it's amazing. Nivea lotion. I just did like a whole commercial for Nivea lotion just there. I'm listening to, what am I listening to right now? I'm like kind of cold right now, so I feel like I'm out to get a cold. I'm listening to Team. Let's turn it to Work. That's my favorite song. I don't even care. Like, I'm not going to put this on YouTube, so I don't care the songs that I play today. I just want to play, like, songs that'll keep me upbeat and everything. But tonight, a new video will be out, the fire-breathing dragon video. That's going to be so fun. I better actually write down that I'm doing that, or else I'll do a different type of video. This is a Lululemon jacket. You can see by the thing on the top. It's really thick, really warm. The other day I wore like a different shell one, and I have two of this one because I just love it so much. Working on my But yeah, I had to write it down. I write lists all the time. I went to this conference once when I was in college, and it was like a college journalism thing in Austin, Texas. And one of the speakers was like, the best way to make sure that you get everything done is by writing a list and putting the most important thing at the top of the list and chipping away at it slowly until you get everything done, and then you move on to the next task. And by the time the end of the day comes, you'll be finished your whole list and you will be on time. And you don't leave things until the last minute. So ever since that's happened, I have been doing lists forever. And I find it helps you to actually accomplish all of your goals and get everything done on time, where other people who don't do lists, they go here, there, everywhere, and all that. And yeah, just write a list and make the most difficult thing be at the top. And it also makes it easier when the easy stuff is at the end, because then it's like you can breeze through the easy stuff. I gotta put away some of this camera gear too. Ooh, I needed a little squeeze hug. I got this at a carnival. Actually, I got it at the Stampede, I think. It was one of the water games. I love that game. I don't know, like, when you go onto the Midway, I think they have it at every carnival. So it's like a water gun, like, but it looks like a real gun, right? And you have a target to hit. And you've got, like, 5 people on one side and 5 people on the other side, and you pay to play. And then, you know, the bell goes off and you have to squirt water at a target, and then, it, you know, your little thing goes up, and whoever gets it to the top first wins. And so I think I got this. It's so nice and cute and soft. I have to go to sleep soon, even though it's like Friday. I'm just so tired, and I think that I need to, well, I read that Sleep Revolution book by Arianna Huffington, and it said that, like, in her book, she talked about how she was working herself to, like, death, basically, crazy, and she must have passed out and hit her head on a desk or given herself a concussion because she wasn't sleeping. And ever since I read that book, I like change stuff in my bedroom. Like I have these, I think I say it all the time actually, that I have these kind of like blindfold, kind of anti-mane blindfolds that are like scented with like lavender that I put on at night. So it like blocks out light, and I have super dark curtains and ambient lighting in my room now. And like I have one of those diffusers that smells really nice, and I can get a really good night's sleep. And you know, when you have a really amazing night's sleep, you're just like, and then the next morning you're like, wow. I have those types of sleeps now. I don't dream or anything because, like I said, I don't know, maybe I did some weird subconscious thing when I was a kid. I used to have horrible nightmares, and then my parents put dream catchers in my room, and ever since then I don't dream. My God, my eyes are turning redder. My doctor gave me a prescription for my eyes. I think she said that it's maybe allergies. But I've been using eye drops, and I stopped using the eye drops a couple days ago, so maybe I'll just go tomorrow and fill the prescription for this prescription eye dropper. I didn't think that it was that bad. I interviewed these people about digital eye strain the other week, and it was like, I'm experiencing digital eye strain. It's weird. They say 70% of the people in this area have it. And it's because of looking at computer screens all day at work. And then you come home and you look at it all day. And then you look at your cell phone, which is a computer screen, all day too. And so it's looking at blue light all the time is like bad for you, I guess. Or like not too wonderful. Anyhow, you'll be able to read that story when it comes out in our newspaper. Newspapers are important. They give everybody else their news. So... But I want to show you my YouTube channel one more time before I stop this broadcast. And I didn't take a picture for Snapchat. I should have done that. But that's my YouTube channel on my phone. Maybe I'll turn it this way. That's my YouTube channel. That's me, live. I find it's really easy to do the broadcast live on YouNow instead of doing it through YouTube. And that's a little icon I made for my YouNow videos. And I made it in a program called Canva. And actually, maybe I'll talk about that on this broadcast tomorrow. Or I'll try to show you how to do a Canva, like to use Canva to edit titles. Or it's a really awesome website because you can do animation with like certain things. And you can like change colors and do text and type. You can do banners on YouTube. You can do Instagram banners. You can do cards, and it's got a whole bunch of listed kind of templates and everything. So it's really, really helpful too. Let's talk. Well, I want to change the song to something that's like fun. Oh, here's a fun song. Beyonce. Oh my gosh. I have to go to sleep soon, or just have my shower and wash my face. I have to start covering my head more because I'm going to get my hair braided soon. So I have to really be like careful with my hair. I've been putting in this stuff that's called Jamaican Black Argan Oil just around the roots because it helps your roots grow back. If you braid your hair a lot, you'll notice that it'll pull on your roots. And I braid my hair in a specific type of braid called cornrow braids. And that's the straight back braids that are tight to your scalp. So I don't do box braids because it's just too heavy. So I'm going to have that done in the next 2 weeks, hopefully. And I still had to find a dress for my friend's wedding and check out her registry and all that stuff. I feel like I'm procrastinating on it, and I don't want to do that. I want to just get everything done as quickly as possible. But I think my brain is like channeled towards my sister coming to Canada right now instead of my friend. So I've got to write a list. Anyhow, it was really nice chatting with you guys and whoever watched, and thank you for the like. The 1 like in the hour. I don't know, maybe it's just that nobody's in here and it's not really super busy, and it's like the weekend again. But I'll be on for 2 hours tomorrow, maybe around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And hopefully I'll see if I can do the broadcast outside tomorrow so you can see how beautiful it is as well. And hopefully my neighbors aren't going to think that I'm crazy because I'll like sound like I'm talking to myself outside too. It's been an hour, so I gotta say bye. And I'm sorry, it's not going to be on my YouTube page, so... But I think YouNow keeps kind of screenshots or like captures some of the videos too.